Hello folks, my name is Ben and welcome to another Shots Fired Airsoft video. Now today we have a firing test of this lovely little SAI Glock from Bespoke Airsoft, part of their ACL Affordable Customs line. And essentially we're just going to run through the usual firing test we do. No out at range firing test today of this. It is quite a short weapon, and although it can tap out quite far, I feel it's kind of more aimed at sort of a CQB kind of environment where your maximum engagement range is probably going to be about 25 metres. I may well come back and do a long range test of it at some point because, little spoiler, very impressed with the overall performance of this pistol. Anyway, the first thing we're going to do is get into the chronograph, and this is the first sort of hint that actually what we've got here, although it is R17 based, is a little bit away from what the R17 represents. The R17 essentially represents very good value for money. However, performance out of the box isn't that great. It's passable, but well, without further ado, let's put the chronograph test on screen. We are on 0.25 gram BBs, hopping a 0.25 gram BB. And as you can see from the footage, we're up at around 280 FPS on the 2.5. That is very impressive for a small green gas G17 platform. It's not far off the long barrel Glock that we tried the other week. Now, this would suggest to me that this does differ internally from the, or whether it has a little bit of tuning work using the stock components, because this doesn't look overly different to the R17 standard when you actually take the slide off and all that sort of business. But that is a very, very impressive performance on 2.5s through the chronograph. This was also set to hop 2.5s. The hop is essentially maxed out at 2.5s, but it will send a 2.5 by my reckoning around 50-55 metres. Very impressive, has the FPS and the hop to use it. If you want to go to a 2.8 or a 0.3 gram BB, you're probably going to be running out of hop. However, that is fixable with a few tweaks and that to the hop up chamber, to the rubber maybe. But overall, very impressive performance with the chronograph. So without further ado, we're going to go into the firing test, and this is where things got very interesting because I know how these perform out the box, usually the R17s. You will get on the paper target from 18 metres, however being able to consistently hit the bullseye or within the inner ring is very, very difficult to impossible because of how inconsistent and flighty the hop is. So let's get into that firing test. I'll let Ben take over. He's going to give you a bit of an opinion on the gun as he's firing it, and then we'll come back here.
Okay folks, well, to the shooting test. We're on 2.5s. I'm going to see what the little Glock can do. Well, we're sort of on half a gas fill there, but I think you'll probably agree with me that for a brand new pistol out of the box is one hell of a performance. This is probably the best stock pistol out of the box that we have tested on this channel. Let's reload and do it again and see if she can keep going. Okay, it's the second shooting test of the little SAI Glock. Extremely good performance the first time around, probably the best we've had on the channel. And gassed up, more BBs. Let's see if it can repeat its impressive performance. I hope it can. It's not just me being terrible at shooting. Yep, full mag, lock back, like you'd expect. And yeah, yet again, very impressive. I don't know if you've noticed on this channel, but with a brand new airsoft gun out of the box, you don't normally get this kind of grouping. I'm going for the bullseye and I am pretty much on it. You know, within an inch around it, 2 inches maybe at a push. Very impressive.
Okay, Okay, so you're back with me now. There's something going on with this pistol. When you pop the slide and look at it, it doesn't look that removed from an R17. Obviously, you've got the metal slide, SAI marked metal slide, the SAI in outer barrel. Everything else looks quite familiar, you might say, to the standard R17. This fires like a high-end Glock. This fires like it's been tweaked by a professional sort of pistol builder. It is very, very accurate, very consistent, and very, well, it's brilliant. This out of the box, this is around £113 from Bespoke Airsoft. Lots of external modifications to it. Fires like it's got internal modifications. I can't tell you what they are because it's not listed on the site. But this does not fire like an R17. This fires like an Umarex Glock or something similar to that, and that makes it an absolute bargain because you can buy a WEG17 for similar money, and it won't be as good. Nowhere near as good. A standard WE Glock is nowhere near as good as this Bespoke Airsoft G17. And it's funny that it's based on an R17. I'd love to know what's in it to get this kind of performance out of it. I must admit, when I purchased this, I thought I was going to be looking at a pretty much standard sort of R17 with an externals kit and a bit of work done to the frame. This is a lot more than that. This is modified to the point where it is superior to a lot of other stuff out there. So if you're in the UK and you're in the market for a sidearm, I highly recommend that you go to Bespoke Airsoft and you buy one of these. I bought this with my own money, by the way. It's not a sponsored thing or anything like that. They send it to me. I just saw it, thought it looked cool, and I like the fact it's based on an R17. With the way it fires, or at least my one does, obviously there's always the ability to get lemons and all that sort of stuff. I might have the only good one out of the whole batch. I can't tell you because I don't have two of them. I would buy another one of these, and I might do. Because I would love to take one apart, strip it for parts, and build them into my R17 and see if it fired like this one. But I'm going to actually use this now as my primary sidearm in CQB. It is fantastic. So I've got, unfortunately, the sad feeling that not a lot of people are going to watch this video, primarily because it doesn't have most of my video watches come from people searching things in YouTube. And there's not many people that are going to be searching for a bespoke airsoft custom Glock. It's something you kind of find as you're kind of going through the site and you're looking at all the pistols they've got, which is a real shame because this deserves more exposure. This is a very, very good piece for the money it is. And like I say, it is all TM compatible. However, my R17 sidearm that I use for CQB is predominantly Garda and TM inside, and it still doesn't fire like this one does. This is very, very impressive. Impressive FPS, impressive accuracy, impressive consistency. There are a few shots that went off target, and that was me. I was getting excited and pulling the barrel off target when I was pulling the trigger. So yeah, highly recommended. You won't get burned by one of these. Decent gas efficiency as well, even with the metal slide, easily 2 mags, which is enough for me. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit blown away, to be honest. So yeah, please go and give one of these a go. One of the things that does bug me on this channel is a lot of the stuff that I buy with my own money for reviews doesn't work properly out of the box. This does. So that's just about the highest recommendation I can give for a product like this. And the fact that it makes me kind of sad that it's something that doesn't get much coverage. It's like a custom line pistol from an independent airsoft retailer, and it really does deserve looking at. One of the things I am interested in doing is getting a higher end R17 on the channel, because they do like their own custom lines, and they are considerably more expensive than the like the standard plastic slide R17s. However, it might also be that they have better quality internals, and that's the difference that I'm seeing here. And just because I've never tested one of the high-end custom Glocks from Army Armament, I'm not familiar with the way that they shoot, if it shoots like this. So with that said, I've been Ben, it's been a Shots Fired Airsoft video, and I hope to see you in the next one.